everyone, so welcome to this week's Plan With Me video. In case you missed last week's video, this is the final spread that I did. I really liked how this one turned out. I love the pastel colors, and I really like the way this one turned out. I thought it looked really pretty. So if you missed this last video, it will be linked at the end of this video in case you guys want to see that one. And let's get started on the next week. So the colors for this week, if you haven't noticed already through a lot of my spreads, I tend to do a lot of like kind of pastels, a lot of pinks and blues. Those are just the colors I really love. And yeah, so most of my spreads are going to be those colors. And this week I did another pink, blue, yellow, and a green, the kind of pastel colors. I love how these colors look together. I think they're so pretty. And the full boxes I really love as well. It's going to be those few. I printed a couple extra ones on here for another week. That way I could get the most out of my paper, but for this week it's going to be these boxes here. So I kind of had an idea of how I wanted to lay out these stickers. So for my full boxes, for the first time I'm doing just like some solid color full boxes. I just kind of liked the idea of that and I thought it would look pretty with this spread. So I'm going to start with the green one. And I'm going to alternate between using like the little balloon girls in a solid color. And so how I kind of decided to put this together was to do like colors that they have in common. So green, then pink, and then do the solid pink here with this full box here. And then next is this balloon girl, and she has pink and yellow, so it kind of continues out through the colors. So it's green, pink, 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 yellow, yellow, blue, yellow, blue. So I just liked how that kind of looked all, oops, I almost ripped this sticker. There. That's okay. She will survive. And I didn't really have much of a topic for this week. I was kind of thinking like, what do I want to talk about? So hopefully something will come to mind. Otherwise, it's going to be another one of those kind of boring Plan With Me videos. But I just really was excited to do this video because I love how this spread looked. It just looks so cute and I was excited for it. So next is the blue balloon girl. And then the last one is the solid blue box. One thing that I know I've always talked about, like when I very first started doing these planner videos, I always talked about how like I don't understand how people like to do the full what's it called, no white space planning. I think it's just, for me it's a little overwhelming. But the more I see them, the more I kind of want to do it, but I don't know. I feel like it's just a lot of stickers, and I don't know. I kind of have this style that I really like so far, and I don't really kind of want to change it too much. But I mean, even in the beginning I said I wasn't much of a sticker person, and look at me now. I'm turning into a full-fledged sticker freak. So similar to how I had the colors, I decided that I would do the colors, the little headers to correspond with what day they're on. So this one's got green, this one's got green and pink, so I'll do green as well. Let's see. Let me move these extra stickers out of the way so I don't actually stick them to the table. And then this one is pink. And then this one's got pink, so we'll do pink here. I hope I'm remembering how I did this right, otherwise I might mess this up. But I think I got it. So then, yeah, then I have one blue one and that will be on the last one. So that'll be pretty. So then my today sticker right there. The other yellow today sticker. And then finally the last little blue one will go on Sunday. Oop, that one's a little off, but that's okay. And then I think I'll do the same thing with the little flag banners as well. I will just kind of follow that same color scheme just to kind of keep it all the same. So I'm trying to think of a topic of something I could talk about. I mean, there's not really much exciting things going on in my life right now. let's see, last week I talked about back to school. I made a video, kind of like a college advice video, about a little bit more in depth about kind of like my college experience. So if you guys missed that, that's on my channel. I think I uploaded that on Wednesday of last week. One thing that's really aggravating at the moment is I think like our hot water tank heater thing, whatever, I think it is like not working because we have no hot water at the moment, which is very frustrating because I desperately wanted to take a shower today, and I don't know if that's gonna happen with no hot water. I mean, I might have to go to like one of my friend's house and take a shower or something until we can get our water tank fixed. Oh, I just thought of something that did happen. I don't know how I forgot about this, but whenever my mom was coming home the other day, she pulled up into our driveway, and this adorable white little dog like just hopped up into her car, and it was kind of funny. It was just this little white like terrier mix, cute little dog. She had like opened her door and he just hopped into her car, and he was just sitting there at her floorboard, just kind of like looking at her like, "Hi, you want to be my new mom?" So that was really funny. We ended up trying to like find his owner. So we walked him around the neighborhood, just kind of like around the block, to see if like any of the neighbors like happened to know who the dog belonged to. He was such a pretty dog. He was so cute. And so we walked around the neighborhood. We asked like my neighbor down the street, and he said he didn't know who the dog belonged to, but he had seen the dog walking around a couple days ago too. So the dog had been lost for a couple of days, so it seems. And I kind of have this joke with my mom. We always say that there's like this pet like Yelp review site or something, because there is like a stray pet or something, it always comes to us, and it's actually kind of funny, because so many like stray animals have like just found us. I think all of my pets that I've ever had have all come to us just as like a stray, and then they like never left. I think all of them except for my very first dog, which I still have. She's very old. She is, no joke, she is 16 years old, and she is just so sweet, and I don't know, I've just never had the need to like go get a pet, because all of our pets just end up being ours from being strays. One thing I did a little differently this week is I did like a little quote box for this one, and it says, "We rise by lifting others," and I thought that was just kind of a cute play off of like a balloon and stuff, so I will put that right here. I don't typically do quote boxes. I don't really know why, but I just thought it would be a really cute thing to kind of put there and make it match the colors. So we ended up keep walking, and then like a few streets over, another person stopped us, and it was a guy, and he said, "Hey, is that your dog, the little white one?" Because we took him on a walk with my dog as well, because they had gotten so accustomed to each other really quickly, and we're like, well, we'll just take them both on a walk because they're about the same size and everything. And so one guy had stopped us, and he had asked if the white dog was our dog, and I got really excited at first because I thought he was going to say that it was his dog, and I was going to be so excited because I thought we'd found his home and everything like that, and really happy to, you know, get him back to where he was supposed to be. But unfortunately that guy said no, it wasn't his dog either, and he didn't know who it was, but he had also seen the dog walking around the day before. And so then that was a little frustrating, because it's like everyone seems to have seen this dog before, but no one knows, you know, where the dog belongs. And just a couple weeks ago, some other dogs, it was actually two dogs that must have like lived together, because they were just walking with each other, and they both seemed to have gotten out. But luckily they were walking together, and they had like came and found our house, and so we gave them food and water and stuff, trying to, you know, figure out if we could find their homes. But unfortunately they ended up running off before we could catch them, but we were able to get them some food and water, which was good. But I'm hoping those other two dogs found their homes. I don't know if they did, but hopefully they did. But with this dog, so like I said, we walked around the neighborhood. We ended up coming all the way back home, and you know, never found anyone who knew who the dog belonged to, but he was such a sweet, cute little dog. We ended up giving him a flea bath and everything so that, you know, because I could tell he had some fleas on him and I didn't want, you know, obviously fleas in my house, or like fleas to get on my dog. So we ended up giving him a little flea bath. And then at this point I was like starting to really get attached to the cute little dog. He was such a sweetie, and we decided, you know, we've already got a few dogs ourselves and we've got some cats and everything, so we can't like actually, you know, keep another pet. We just have too many pets and stuff, but I just wanted to help him so bad because he was such a sweetie. So I started to make little, you know, like lost dog posters and stuff, so I could like put them up in our neighborhood, and hopefully the owner would see, you know, the posters and, you know, call us if it was their dog and stuff like that. And so I like made just a couple posters, and then my mom thought to call my aunt because she's a vet, and you know, sometimes, well, a lot more commonly now, a lot of pets or dogs, you know, if they're adopted through a shelter, they will microchip them, which was a really good thought that we hadn't thought of, you know, because none of our pets are microchipped. You know, like I said, my one dog, she's very old, so, you know, it's not really worth it because she probably won't be with us too much longer. But now that I think about it, we really should get my other dog microchipped, just because he loves to run out the door a lot, so we have to be really careful, like whenever we're opening the doors and stuff, because he just like loves to go with us everywhere and he'll follow us. So if we're not careful, he'll like run out the door, which has happened a couple times, but luckily he always comes back. You know, he just wants to, you know, run in the front yard and stuff like that, but it still gives me a heart attack every single time he runs out. So we called my aunt, and she came over, and she had the little electronic device or whatever that will read to see if there is a chip in the dog, and luckily there was, so that was really exciting because, you know, that was our best chance at finding the owner of the dog. So I was really excited about that. So she ended up, you know, calling the, you know, service or whatever that you know, keeps track of what number is registered to what owner and stuff like that. So we called them, and luckily we were able to get in contact with the owner. Anytime I see a stray dog, if possible, like if they don't look dangerous, or, you know, if they have a collar or something, that obviously means that they have a home or something, I always try to, if I can, try to get the dog, keep them out of the road so they don't get hit by a car or anything. And I always want to try to help them just because I love animals so much, and it makes me so sad to see stray pets and stuff. So luckily we ended up calling the owner, and she actually only lived about, I don't know, maybe like 5 or 6 streets over, so the dog really hadn't gone too far, and I was just so excited. They were really excited whenever they came to pick him up, and I was glad that that the little dog had found his home, and his name was Marshmallow, and it was really cute. Like I said, he was a little dog. He was like a white terrier mix, and he was just so friendly. Even though in my heart I really wanted to keep him, there was no way that we were gonna be able to do that, at least long term. So I was a little sad at the end whenever we, you know, found his owner, because like I said, I really did kind of start wanting to keep him and stuff like that, but I knew that wasn't really a viable option for us. But yeah, I just didn't want to take him to the Humane Society. I was just kind of paranoid about stuff like that, but I'm sure it would have been fine, but I was just a little, you know, a little paranoid. So that is it so far for the spread. Like I always say, it doesn't really look too finished yet, but that's because I like to fill it out throughout the week. So, you know, it typically will look a little bit more like this near the end. A lot of things typically get added, and yeah, so I really like how this one turned out. I love the colors of it. I just think it's really girly. And these are all the stickers that I have left. I printed a couple extra of the little, just like these little blank header things, because I like to add those a lot throughout the week for things that I had either either forgotten about or just something that pops up. So I printed a few extra of those instead of doing anything like decorative. So with Erin Condren, with my planner, one of these little Erin Condren like snap-in pieces came with it, and it's just like a little thing that you can like clip into your planner. It has a little adhesive strip on here, and what I ended up doing was taking one of these little label backing sheets and I clipped it, or you know, stuck it to the back of the little clip-in piece. And what I do is I like to put it in with my monthly spread. If I get more of these, I could do it with weekly spreads as well. And so what I do is I put all my leftover stickers on the little sheet here, because then they just peel off, and that way I have all my stickers that I need for the month is right here. So I only have 3 stickers left on this sheet, but I can reuse this all the time. I can just peel off the stickers and put on another sheet, and you know, when I go to doing like my September month, I can clip that out and put it back in here. That way anything that comes up throughout the month, I have my stickers right here. And I just thought that was kind of like a really cool idea. I don't know if anyone else has done this. I just thought of this on my own, but yeah, I really like how that turned out. I feel like it's very convenient and it doesn't take up too much space or anything like that, so that way I don't have to like go rummaging through my stickers and stuff to find what I'm looking for. And then another thing, I ended up getting this little like photo album thing from Walmart. This was like literally 99 cents, and I just put my leftover stickers in here. I'd like to do the same thing where I put my leftover stickers on a back of like a label piece. That way I don't have this giant sheet of paper left over. I talked about this a little bit last time, but yeah, so I like this just because it's super easy. I can flip through and find leftover stickers. You can see I have quite a bit. Sometimes I always print some extra stickers if I have room on a sheet, just because I don't want to like waste space. So I have quite a few stickers left over, and I'm thinking maybe next week I will do an entire Plan With Me week using just leftover stickers. I think that would be kind of like a fun kind of challenge. But yeah, so I really like how that turned out, and I just wanted to share that with you guys in case any of you guys kind of like to do the same thing with your stickers and save them and stuff. So yeah, I just thought I would show you guys. So that is it for this week's Plan With Me video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.